Guys, this is breaking news. Shawn Mendes is British.
What?
Butt lovers, welcome back to another book report. This is another blast from the past, much like Frindle, but this one has less to do with the actual reading of the thing and more about the culture. Teens are a very specific demographic, and how could people market to them in a way that is ethical and positive? I thought the days of teen magazine tabloids were far behind us during the age of TikTok and constant social media updates, but I was very wrong, for better or for worse. Time to fucking embarrass myself. Before we get into the general history of these publications, let's get a bit personal and talk about the height of my interactions with them. From 2012 to 2015, I ate this shit up. From tigerbeat to J14 to their spin-offs such as Yikes, an appropriate name. This is one of my copies from 2015. I somehow didn't have the foresight to keep my Webkins and Shining Stars, but I held on to this shit. Yikes! We'll talk about every copy I could get my hands on a bit later, but first, why did this appeal to me? The clearest and cringiest look into my teen psyche was on the website tumblr.com.
Ever heard of it?
Look at these GIFs I made of myself. Apparently shit goes down when there's a mosquito in my room. RIP, summer 2012. Little edgy there.
Pew pew. What the fuck?
And then when the pit breaks off. That one I still think is funny because it's such a specific scenario, but yeah, was really going for relatable core. But also, just so you know, I'm not like other girls. I like Fig Newtons, and I fight with people online. The point is, millennial Athena is real, and I've tried my best to suppress her, but this is what I grew up doing. I'm so brave. I just wanted to share some of the few posts that didn't have to do with Big Time Rush. This is where teen magazines thrive, because with posts like this, holy shit, another gif of myself, it's clear how I felt. I was thinking about them every night, all the time, couldn't get them off my mind. I just want to hold them tight. It feels so right when I had them by my side. They say that I'm wrong, and I don't know what love is, but you're never too young to fall in love. That song monologue was brought to you by the lyrics of Never Too Young by James Maslow and Maddie B. Raps. We're never too young to fall in love. Weird song to collaborate with a child on. I was clearly unwell, more so than usual, and that was perfect for these magazines. One reason I bought them is because I wanted to show my dedication through posters, and the best way of doing so was in these magazines. Here's a gif of all my 2012 posters on my door, because my mom didn't let me put them on the walls. I also very proudly announced that I was obsessed. Yeah, we can tell. Let's do a 2023 door tour! This is the door you saw in that notorious gif. As you can see, the only reminder of what was are these tickets up here. Tickets to see Big Time Rush 2012. That was when I was Worldwide Girl. Follow me. I have another door. I truthfully don't really know what this is, but it looks cool. Apparently it was for an anti-bullying campaign. Yum yum. And then I also have one picture of James Maslow, because I think it's really funny, and it commemorates what this room used to look like. It's hilarious. Look, it's James Maslow. He's still here. But it goes even deeper than things to paste on your wall. These brands were interacting with me via Twitter, posting exclusive behind the scenes and pics we've never seen. Trust me, if they were seen, I would have known, because I scrubbed the internet every day for new Big Time Rush content. Look at the comment I added to this reblog. The top picture and quote just put the biggest, dorkiest smile on my face. Aww. The stands were free publicity for the publication. You can slap celebrities' faces on anything. Look at this. Apparently I kept buying Airheads because they had BTR cards. Now imagine plastering the face of every popular celebrity on a product. Oh, not the biggest fan of Selena Gomez? Here's Ariana Grande, and she's dating who? SpongeBob. Maybe J14 will never die because fan culture won't. And there will always be 14-year-olds. According to Wikipedia, a very reliable source, the first teen magazine to take off in America was 17 in 1944. Here's what the cover looked like. Young fashion and beauty, movies and music, ideas and people. I wasn't able to find the pages to this one, but I found next month's, October 1944. The first ad was for Revlon, which already rubs me the wrong way as somebody who watched War Paint on Broadway. Will any of you know what I'm talking about? Here's a quick summary. The musical covered the story of Elizabeth Arden and Elena Rubinstein, the two women who built the foundation foundation for makeup as we know it. Unfortunately, they were overshadowed by the man that founded Revlon. Revlon also bought Elizabeth Arden's company in real life as well. I just want the girlies to be filthy capitalists too! Aww. I guess calling out ads for being predatory and feeding off of unrealistic beauty standards is low-hanging fruit, so here's some more. Here's a preview of a movie, The Impatient Years. How can you stop laughing and loving this impatient boy and girl who married on the 4 low and wanted a divorce on the next one? It's so tender, so touching, so timely. I'm intrigued. Here's a little index of all the things we can see in this issue. We go shopping, the well-kept clothes tree, degrees of formality, all the way to, let's skip down to having fun. Let's have a little fun here, okay? Shoot your pet for $300. What the fuck was going on? As we move on to other magazines, it immediately gets more complicated. I guess Wikipedia meant that 17 was the first one that was extremely popular, because YM was a company that began in the 30s and made 2 different magazines for young girls. One for older teens called Compact, and one for younger girls called Calling All Girls. I couldn't find Compact, but Calling All Girls is a trip. Calling All Girls, a brand new magazine for girls and sub-debs. With 32 pages of girl comics. Let's rewind. Sub-deb? That's what I say to greet my friend Deborah. Sub-deb? Apparently it means sub-debutante, a girl on the broach of becoming a girl in her middle teens. Very niche. Very niche. Oh great, we start with something timeless. The Queen. God bless her. Oh. Starting with royalist propaganda and also just, it really dates it. Oh, here's the woman empowerment we need. 13 ways girls can help in the national defense. And who better to give this advice to young girls than George J. Hecht, the owner of FAO Schwartz. The way girls can help with the national defense is buy the damn soldier dolls. What women and girls can do to make America strong. Women's most important work is the strengthening of community life and social well-being. The underlying motif is to make America impregnable. There had to be another word than impregnable to motivate the young girls. Did you have to use the word impregnable? I'm eating for 2 and a whole country. What'll I name her? I think she'll be called America. Mind your table manners, unless you want people to remember you like this. Eating. In other words, this is not the way to handle those pesky chicken bones. So then there's a section called Those Chicken Bones. There is the chicken bone picking question, which good manners has to settle over and over again. You are invited, let us say, to a dinner at a friend's house. Your knife slips about, trying to pull loose enough meat for a good bite. You wonder if it would do you good to take the bone in your fingers. Never do anything which might be unpleasant for others to see. Avoid appearing greedy. Be careful about the picture of yourself you make for others to behold. Yeah, they really don't make women like they used to. You know, afraid to do anything. Oh, pesky chicken. Make the most of your looks. Wait, this is the one for younger girls? I don't like that. Wow, those were a lot of really good messages for the kiddos. The publication of YM magazine ceased in 2004. Cosmo Girl started in 1999 and then ended in 2009 when it was bought by 17. 17 is still printing out issues, but not on a regular basis, only as special editions. Despite having one myself, I never actually read it. Let's take a look. How I Found My Voice on Tumblr. Of course, the internet could be a negative place too. I could sit for hours and tell you all the things I've been called online, which includes obnoxious and the most terrible actress. And some of my former friends have tweeted or subtweeted rude things about me, which really hurts. Oh, like actually people you know, that fucking sucks. One time I even saw an article that said I was adopted and my mom wasn't really my mother. It's so untrue. Fortunately, we can just laugh about that now. Okay, well, you don't have to say like not really my mother. Like people that adopt people are still their moms, but I understand what you were going for, I guess. No! Yeah, and somebody told me that my mom was not really my mom, and then the opposite page, not your mother's. They did that on purpose. There's no way they didn't. 17! Chill out. Oh, look at this. Band tees and a Pikachu little backpack. These are like festival wear. That's actually kind of cute. I really wanted something to hate on. DIY an outfit? Okay. Thrifty and crafty even. When social media has you feeling down, consider this Insta relief. Don't mention Insta. When someone leaves a nasty comment, hold off on refreshing your feed for a sec and put the phone down. Gently press your thumb inside inside your pointer, then your middle finger, then your ring, and end with your pinky. As your thumb touches each finger, say this out loud. Peace begins with me. It's fine. Honestly, like, it's a bit corny, like, okay, yeah, now we're having a tutorial for avocado toast on the next page. Nothing super harmful. This actually is a very decent magazine. I thought I was gonna dunk all over it, but this is like, just trying to give advice and stuff. But I didn't want advice as a teen! I wanted my sweet, sweet boy bands. Let's catch up to date with the brands that fed that unhealthy obsession. The 2000s and 2010s focused way more on celebrity culture, sticking as many familiar faces on the cover as physically possible. Some of the ones I remember loving are Tigerbeat, Bop, M Magazine, Pop Star, Twist, and J14. Let's see how many are still in business. Starting with the oldest and one of the most iconic, Tigerbeat. Tigerbeat started in 1965, and it's really fun to see how their covers evolved over the years. We got the Beatles, we got Cher. They even had a tiger mascot. I mean, it looks like they gave up on him 3 years in, but he existed at one point. Listen, the formatting is total ass. But one thing they really stuck to is the sheer amount of celebrities. I feel like they're really the ones that started that trend. The founder of Tigerbeat even described their content as guys in their 20s singing la la songs to 13-year-old girls. Upfront and honest? Absolutely. Is it something to flaunt and flex about? Probably not. So, were they Tiger beat out by the competition? Apparently so. The final issue was published in 2019, and even though their website is still up, it looks like it hasn't been updated since 2021. The formatting is also very wonky and silly. Oh my gosh, look at how stretched out these pictures are. Like, I like that the cursor keeps changing, but it's barely usable. Bop magazine was founded in 1983, and its final issue was in 2014. Twist magazine started in 1997 and ended physical copies in 2016, although they tried to keep up their website for a little bit, but now their website redirects to J14. M magazine started in the year 2000, but also stopped selling physical copies in 2016, tried to keep their website up and running, but now their website redirects to J14. Are you starting to notice a pattern? The only two prominent teen magazines from my era that still exist are Pop Star and J14. How did they do this? J14 corners the market on teen magazines as I knew them. Yes, I went to Barnes & Noble and bought this, and I felt like I was going to end up on a watch list.
But I do it for content, okay?
This is from July 2023, and it looks very similar to how I remember it. Like, sure, it's a little less crowded, but very similar vibes. Pop Star, on the other hand, went from this to this.
What?
A total rebrand. It's like they're trying to go for a vibe similar to 17, but even more watered down. And by watered down, I just mean they're focusing more on the articles, I'm sure. But, where are my quizzes?
What have you done?
We could speak in generalities all day and focus on when they started and when they stopped, but now let's read and explore the substance or lack thereof. First, let's go into my 2015 copies and compare them to the new editions to see what changed. So Yikes is actually also a J14 brand, as seen by their Facebook, whose cover picture is still this old-ass picture of Big Time Rush. No wonder I bought this. Oh, we got the Vine Boys Tell All. I think one of them got canceled, right? Isn't that Nash Greer? Didn't he get canceled for something? I don't even remember. I was gonna say 2015 feels like 10 years ago, and that's because it almost was 10 years ago. Ooh. Yikes. You know what I have to say to that? Yikes. Yikes. Silly star moments. I think this guy was also canceled. Ansel, maybe okay will be our okay. We got some embarrassing stories from fans and celebrities. Like, look at this. Jake Short cringes whenever he talks about school cafeterias because he farted in one once. Celebrities. They're just like us. Oh, a quiz! Let's take it. Who's my funny boy crush? Okay, that feels like it's gonna be weird. Like, one of these is... I'm just gonna make sure I don't get Farkle, because I feel like the other two are adults. Maybe I shouldn't. Next quiz for sure, okay? Oh, fashion fail. Yeah, let's get Miley Cyrus just pulling up her top. That's so embarrassing. Can you guess who's the fashion disaster? I don't really hate any of these outfits. Like, at all. These are fashion disasters. They're just funky, fun prints. Disaster? I always hated that aspect of it, too. Or, like, the editors of these teen magazines are like, don't they look like shit? Let's see how much of a klutz I am. Have you ever closed a door on your hand? Actually, I don't think so. I'll say never. How often do you drop books in the hall?
You're old.
It's pasta day at school. I've never had pasta once at school. What happens next? There's sauce on my shirt. I'm completely clumsy. Uh-oh, we're not sure you can even read this paragraph without suffering a blooper. Much like Bella Thorne on the beach. Look at her, like, actually eating shit. Ow, oh my god, that looks... Ooh, she landed right on her knees. That's not a funny picture, that sucks. These other pictures are like Taylor Swift, and then Sabrina Carpenter just, like, bonking her head with a beach ball on purpose, and then this, like, actual injury. Wearing heels? Forget about it. Walking in flats is hard enough for you, chica. What the fuck? Fuck off. Sorry, that was, like, a little much. Like, they were getting a little too snarky with me. And here's where the posters come in. Ooh!
Where should I let my silly side shine?
YouTube is not an option, so I guess I'm quitting here. Sorry, I'm quitting. Sorry, besties. If your friends dared you to do a full Beyonce choreography in the school hallway, would you? No, I actually wouldn't. I will get thrown in a dumpster. Do you prefer telling jokes face to face or via text message? I have better delivery in person, that is true. True or false? You've been in a school player talent show. Oh, true, yeah. I mean, I'm fucking theater kid. I'm a Vine star. If there's one thing we know about a girl like you, it's that you put your whole body into making them laugh. So that's so true. That's me. If Ariana's Weave had a Twitter, I guess that's what this let's get silly was about. That one time at Jai Brooks touched me, I was like, get off, hashtag off limits. Was 2015 that long ago that this was the shit? This was the drama? Okay, next up. QuizFest. I just searched it up. Apparently QuizFest held on until 2020, which, good for them. Which song would 1D write for you? Probably none. They don't know me. Which New Year's Eve snack matches my personality, okay? I'll have to keep track. Okay, sorry. You and your friends decide to play in the snow. What do you all decide to do? Build a fashionable snowman. I always, like, give my snowmen tits, and it's fun. Picture your dream winter formal dress. What does it look like? It has a sweetheart neckline. I don't even know what that means. It's long and sparkly. It's short and eye-catching. Short and eye-catching. Like to show off Bertha and Patty. Ah! Not goldfish crackers! I'm just getting flashbacks to the time Matt Patton gave me a silly little shout out. World's smallest violin type shit. And also I don't actually like them. I don't like the taste of them. Ooh, let's see. Okay, the last one I'm gonna do is this one for Girl Meets World, because that show was a meme. I gotta cover that show eventually. Check a circle next to every statement that best describes you. You'd never miss your BFF's big event like a soccer match or a talent show. I should check that off, but I absolutely have missed a lot of things, because I'm busy. I'm gonna sound really bad after this. I sometimes get comments from people that are like, oh, I wish, like, I was your friend, and genuinely, you see me more than my friends do. I have to, like, balance out work-life priorities. This isn't therapy. Let me just fucking check this off. It's not that deep. It's not that deep! Even when you think your bestie is wrong, you'd never think of judging her for it. I'm not checking that one off either. I'm not a good person. Making a joke in class is your way of cheering up everyone after a test. A little bit of a goofball, a little bit of a class clown even. Your BFF totally bombed her last final, so you spend all night on the phone with her. I wouldn't. I think she needs to study. I sound like a bitch! Okay. When you and your girls chat, you're generally the listener, not the talker. A friend's never called you jealous before. It's not your style to be competitive. Now that's true. In high school I was very competitive, but I'm not competitive now. I don't really give a shit.
'Cause I'm winning!
Okay, stop. You're known as a therapist to your buds. Everyone loves to spill their guts too. I think that's true. You always know when a funny story can pick up your besties. Yeah, 1000%. Okay, yeah, I could have told you that I'm silly. I could have told you that I'm silly. Whenever your bestie needs a good laugh, she knows just who to turn to. You, true. 2015 was a wild time. Let's check out 2023 J14. The only person in this lineup that wasn't around in 2015 is Jenna Ortega. Was Wednesday for teens? I didn't think it was, but maybe it is actually. I haven't watched it. They're talking about how Taylor and Joe broke up. That was a very controversial topic, but not as controversial as her boyfriend after that. I'm not a Swiftie. It seems like too much effort. Are Shawn Mendes and Sabrina dating? False. Is Ariana ready to leave acting behind for singing? False? I thought she already did that. She's mainly a singer, guys. It is exactly the same. I'm looking through this, and other than me knowing less of the references, like, what is this show? What is it? The Villains of Valley View? More like the Villains of Valley Who? Literally never heard of that in my life. Look at these wigs. Okay, wig. Huge poster just of Niall. Cute or crazy, they're still doing these style things. I don't know, so this side apparently is the crazy and this side is the cute. Okay, to each their own. Ooh, so they still have the yikes moments, but instead of it being a full magazine, they just have it being like a little section of it. Okay, we see where the influence comes from. It is almost alarming how little this changed. It's just supposed to be silly, nothing stories. Like, the most serious thing was, like, the romance report. Like, oh, who's together, who's not? There's, like, this rumor about Selena and Zayn. I think they pulled that out of their left ass cheek. I didn't hear anything about that. J14, as far as I know, currently holds the monopoly on, like, teen tabloids. But how much longer could even they last? It's kind of the same conclusion that I had during the end of the Webkinz knockoffs video. Webkinz beat out all their competition, but at what cost? Will the demand even be high enough for one version of the product? You know what I mean? We have websites now. And now there's fatheads, I think is what it's called. Yeah, you can make a fathead of anything and it looks higher quality and there's not the folds and the staple marks in the person's face. That was always the hardest part, is making sure you didn't rip it too much. So yeah, what is the future of these magazines? Are teens even buying these in 2023? I left with answers, but I also left with more questions. Let me know what you think in the comments. This was such an interesting deep dive. It was such a big part of my childhood. My teen sister knew nothing about these things. The way we were talking about it, the two of us, it seemed like a relic of the past, even though it still exists in the present. Have a great day, butt lovers. Leave the most scorching celebrity tea in the comments below. We'll make our own magazine. Butt Lovers Weekly. Bye!